Todd.
Welcome to the Toddcast. We've got Todds and fun.
What are you doing?
I am Brad. I'm co-host number 1.
I'm Michael.
Who are
I'm
you?
Co-host number 2. I'm not doing whatever the heck that just was.
It was such a fun little ditty.
Was that fun?
Yeah, that was so fun. I had a great time doing it.
Yeah, I think our guest had a great time watching and seeing that live. Who do we have with us today?
Oh, we have today we have Todd Lyden. Is that correct? Lyden? How do we say it?
I love the fact that you waited until I'm on to clarify that.
Yes.
We're
really good at this.
That's how we do it.
That is so awesome that you waited.
Yes, we like to get that organic.
I did a webinar today where we were specifically making fun because we had all these people coming on, and it's one of those things where you get those names and you're like, I know I'm going to butcher this.
Oh yeah.
So let me do this. And I always tell people, look, I'm sorry. And I feel your pain. Cause like with my last name since perpetuity, it's like bad, and I specifically, the guy I was introducing, I said, I'm going to butcher his name on purpose. Cause it's just so clean and clear. Like you can't really screw it up.
It's like Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Smythe?
Mr. Smythe.
Mr. Smythe.
Well, how do you say it then? Lyden?
You got it. You got it on point. Like we were saying, like I'll take Lyden because like that's just mispronouncing.
Yeah.
My daughter felt my pain for years, which is the people who add letters and go like, it's Lyndon, right?
Oh,
you're telling me I don't know how to spell my own name?
You forgot the N, sir.
Yeah. Well, isn't that what? No, it's Lyden. You're
okay.
Spot on. So
it
nailed out of the gate.
hey.
All right, that's
off to you, Brad.
That's all. It's
You
all
did
downhill
something
from
right
here,
today.
so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you got Michael, you got Brad, and you got Todd, the typical Toddcast crew. So we're gonna kick it off with. I noticed on the Instagram #follow the forehead. What is that? Explain this. It's just
I mean, it developed over, I don't know, probably about the last 5 years when it was about 5-6 years ago. I did St. Baldrick's where, you shave your head for charity.
Yeah.
For the kids. And I was doing it, and actually, God, that was in 5 years. It was over 10 years ago, the first time I did it. Because I just wanted to see, because I was getting follically challenged pretty early. And I was like going, all right, let's see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, it's not heinous,
Yeah.
So I was okay. And I let it grow out. I grew back out and went fine with it. And then about 5 years ago, I just started getting shorter. And this is just, half of this is COVID. Half of this is just the way it's just easier to live. So, so about 5 years ago, I would every time I'd take a picture, half the time I would do like a reverse photobomb where I'd be in the front of the picture and you'd only catch like my head or, and so it became a joke where I was taking pictures and it was literally just the top of my head wherever. Nice. And people started noticing, going like, oh, and I'm doing enough stuff online. I'm like going, and somebody even said, yeah, that's kind of like your thing now. Like everybody knows. And people would say, like, after I didn't post one for a week or 2 or 3 weeks, whatever, they go like, where? I go, okay, fine, I'll do it. And it just this weird. And so I do it periodically now. It's kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit, but it became the hashtag follow the forehead because all my pictures were that, and it kind of became a little bit of borderline branding, I guess.
I dig it. It's a solid brand. I'm as you are. I am a bald gentleman, so I feel like at what point does your head stop or your forehead stop and your head begin? Like, is it just all one forehead now?
Well, I mean, mine was so bad even when I did have any. Like it got so bad when I was so bad. Like I get the jokes, are you a 5-head or a 4-head, that kind of stuff. So it was like, there's that point. And then also, especially when I started getting the little baldy spot in the back.
Oh yeah.
Where it was like, all right, I give up. I'm going to surrender. And it was, like I said, it was partially, and I had one of those memory pictures pop up from maybe about 3 or 4 years ago when I still had still kept the hair out a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, that's why. That's why.
It looks so terrible. I went through a phase where I pushed everything from the sides to the middle, so it looked like, you know, that piece of leaf that Julius Caesar wore around his head. That's what my hair looked like.
That was the last remnants for me. Like everything got pushed forward. Mine was mine was
Michael's over there judging us with his hair. He's like,
mine was that
hair.
weird. Yeah, mine was that weird Clooney kind of look.
Oh,
and he had for a while where it was going forward.
Oh, nice. You were just like brushing it to like.
Yeah. It was all going forward.
Your bangs are like still on top of your head.
They're like anything, but then it's like you just got to give up. You just okay. You could see you've lost that battle. It's over. There's no.
Yeah, Brad, I gotta tell you, if you had that Julius Caesar look going on, I'm not sure we would have. I would have signed up for this with you.
It was bad times. It was bad times. So.
Yeah, there's better times ahead. They say.
Yeah,
ahead. Hey.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and move it ahead in this show to our first segment.
Once upon a Todd.
Yeah, so we kind of touched on the follow the forehead, kind of how you.
Play said fall of the forehead. I don't know why. It's like
there should be a movie about people just losing their hair. Follow the forehead, and it's just male pattern baldness. So putting our baldness aside, we noticed you have your own kind of Toddcast. I listened to it on Anchor earlier, yesterday, today, and
So you're one of the two.
Hey, you can't.
I'm number two.
Somewhere.
Yeah,
you are. You smell like a number two.
Excuse me? Are you talking to Todd or me?
No, Michael. You smell like a number two. Title.
I was like, that's so rude. Yeah, we listened to your Toddcast. Smells like a number two. Jeez. Goodness. No, it sounded like a number 10 out of 10 in my eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, I like the way you do it. So it's like 5 minutes, bite-sized episodes. Tell us a little bit about like that structure and how you came up with it.
Yeah.
I'm mostly lazy and don't want to write any of this stuff down, and you realize like it's really just my opinion on these different things. Mm-hmm. So it's just the laziness, like I said, the laziness factor of just wanting to not write it out and then get it out quick. That's the other thing too. So, I saw the monetization of, and doing long form, which like you guys do, I really like, because I did something like this when COVID started with a guy for work, where we would just go on Facebook Live for a half hour to an hour weekly and just kind of check in with folks on Facebook Live going like, how are you doing? Like it was all business oriented for work.
Oh, neat.
So that's cool.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Especially like in that quarantine time, just like having someone to talk to.
Well, and it's crazy to think that it was almost exactly a year ago we were doing that. Yeah. And now we're kind of like rolling out, but it's still, you could still do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you said a lot of it's TV shows, movies, a lot of DC, Marvel, all that. Is that your main genre?
I'm really just looking at what's recent.
Pretty much what's trending.
Like one of my favorite ones recently was Amazon Uncle Frank with God, I can't think of his names now, but it was phenomenal. It was filmed down here in North Carolina, and it was just such a good little just tidbit of a movie that like nobody really caught.
Yeah.
So, but it's just stuff that's I started thinking about going back and doing stuff that like it just kind of lost and stuff that people don't talk about anymore. But
hey, that's awesome.
I prefer the stuff that's recent because that's what people are looking for.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. And you said you were from North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Where about North Carolina?
I guess Fayetteville counts. It's where I've been in and out of the longest.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. We're up in Raleigh. I lived in Fayetteville for a hot minute. Down there. So
well, any minute in Fayetteville is usually hot. So I didn't even know you guys were in the state, but I'm in Fayetteville.
Awesome.
I've been in and out of Fayetteville since way too long.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah, we could have just met in some random parking lot and done.
Yeah,
this.
I mean, we could have just
Hey, it's not too late.
Hey, yeah, we'll all take our cameras with us and drive and just film the entire thing. It'll be like a 2.5 hour episode, but no, but I really like we talked about the podcast. I really enjoyed it. I listened to a couple of them. I like how you're concise. You kind of give what it is, give your thoughts about it, and kind of move on. You're not sitting there just throwing fillers, and there's no spoilers in there as well, which kind of helps.
That's good.
Yeah, because some of that stuff.
It's so bad. It's so bad online now. You just want to hear.
Yeah.
And I'd rather give just go. This is why you should. And I don't want to. There's some that you want to be able to go. I hate when there's something that you really want to love, but it's just there's a reason not to. And I'd rather kind of know that going in, because I think when you temper your expectations about stuff, TV or movies, whatever it is, it usually helps, one way or the other.
That's true. Yeah, and hopefully that's what people do when they turn on the Toddcast podcast. They temper their expectations.
Oh yeah, you keep it real low on this one.
See, I was telling somebody, I was like, you guys have got a good formula. You do the talk show format, and you keep it cool. And I do think in many cases, like when I was doing it with a guy, where it wasn't just because I've done stuff where I just sit here and talk.
Yeah,
and it's it's okay, but when you can bounce off and share ideas and take it in a relatively planned format, it's great. I mean, because you never know where it's going to go, and it is, like I said, you guys have a good talk show format that works really well.
Cool, thank you. We appreciate that.
The format is great. The hosts probably aren't that awesome, but we do okay.
One of them. Well, the real question is how did two non-Todds come together?
Ooh, yeah. So we worked together, and we were talking one day, and we said, let's start a podcast. And we came up with this idea of just interviewing random Todds based off different puns around the word podcast. Probably, similar. You have a Toddcast, so you know how you thought of that name. Just we did the same thing, except we were like, but we're not Todd. But we can talk to Todds. And then we Googled. There's there's 80,000 Todds in the U.S. Perfect. We can touch
80,000 episodes. Yep, 80,000 people to touch.
And we'll see. What you need to do is track down There's one other Todd Lyden.
Ooh. Oh yeah,
that I know of. He's in, I think, Minnesota. I think is where, if I remember correctly. Ooh. But if you Google, I'm the one who pops because I do way too much more stuff. But he's the only other one that I know of.
He's the one that doesn't pop.
Yeah.
Have you met him before, or is this
no? I just I tell people if you're gonna Google me, you're gonna find me in a just like that. It'll pop.
Yeah.
But they'll go, but there's this other guy, and I'm like, that's not me. That's that. That's the other Todd Lyden.
Yeah.
Do you want that I'd never met or know?
Oh, we got us to matchmake. I don't know. No.
Yeah. What?
There you go.
Your names are similar,
and then you can we can fight over the name.
Oh, exactly.
Ooh, that's what we should start doing.
I like that.
It's like a tiny fight club where we have just people with the same names, and it's like the Highlander.
Yeah.
There can only be one.
Only one, yes.
There could be only one.
Yes.
Yeah. We actually, because I Googling my name every now and then. There's one Michael Valeri who is a sequel consultant or something, and there's another one who's got a podcast called the Center Cut Podcast. Yep. We actually were just on their podcast. They watch the beginning and end of a movie, but I was there's another Michael Valeri doing a comedy style podcast out here. Yeah. So we got to meet him a couple weeks ago. Awesome. Yeah, it was so cool. So we'll have to, I want you to experience that same thing with the other Todd Lyden of the world.
Yeah. Oh, you should.
I'll find it out. It's okay.
You and the other Todd Lyden should become best friends and just go take the show on the road. Have him on your Toddcast and just go there.
You know what I think when I see two Todds?
It's time to prod Todd.
Oh.
They call that the Old Twofer. You get
the
2 for 1. I don't actually
subtle
think
transition.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. My goodness, man.
Oh man. Yes. You have this is Prod Todd, basically a segment where we ask you completely random questions, and the first question we have for you here is, what would you name a pet lobster?
Clawsome.
Clawsome. Oh, we love the pun here.
Clawsome.
Yeah, that's a pretty clawsome name.
Yeah. I actually wish my name was Clawsome.
That's I thought of like Larry the Lobster. Is that SpongeBob? Is that something? Is that what I'm thinking of?
I think that's copyrighted.
So, yeah.
So,
Copyrighted.
Yeah. Congratulations on your
I don't know.
lawsuits. That's fun.
Yeah, I just got a lawsuit for just saying that. That's how it works.
He's that important that his name is just you can't say it.
Yeah. What would you do with a pet lobster though?
Take him on walks.
Take him on walks?
Yeah, I put him on a leash.
I don't think Todd agrees.
What would you do? Play fetch?
Well, I'm giving him the random ridiculous name because he's going to get eaten at some point.
There you go. and then you could be like, yo, that was clawsome.
Yo, this guy tasted colossal.
Exactly. That's exactly right. You want to, you beef him up. You're gonna, because you want,
Get him in the gym. Get that really good lobster meat.
You just keep coming back to Larry the Lobster, like.
Oh yeah, I guess he was ripped too, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
No.
Hey.
Yeah,
maybe that they're saying something about him.
Yeah,
that gives me a good idea on what I would name it, because like you brought up eating a lobster, and it makes me think of Red Lobster, so I would call it Fred Lobster. So like his name's Fred. It kind of sounds like Red Lobster.
Lobster.
You could take him there on weekends. He could meet the other lobsters before they, I guess, perish. But just let him know like what's coming down.
I think you've got the mascot pitch for Red Lobster. You got it down.
I think so. Yeah. If Red Lobster's listening, we are open to working out something.
Consulting deal, yeah. I would go to Red Lobster way more if like I knew I could meet like Fred Lobster, the mascot.
Fred the Lobster.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Why don't they don't have everybody that has like that fun mascot is a lot more successful?
That's what I've heard.
That is what I've heard.
Yeah, Ronald McDonald is so fun, and the burglar and all those.
The Hamburglar.
Actually, that needs to be pitched. You get the screenshot of the big lobster thing, and their name, so then you feel like you're eating. Like you know what you're eating. It's not just this nameless, unknown lobster. No, no, this is Fred the Lobster from. He grew up off the coast of Maine, and and. It's like
a farm to table experience. Red Lobster.
Let's really anthropomorphize that lobster, so you're really getting the most out of that experience.
Yeah, you're just forming this super tight bond with it. It's wearing like this little name tag that says Fred. It comes with a document that just tells his life, and then you eat it. And
yeah, I feel like that would go really well. Like me as a kid would be traumatized.
Red Lobster, if you're still listening, please go back 15-20 seconds and just don't listen to this part. Just focus on the Fred Lobster part of it.
Just listen to Fred.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so I guess kind of transitioning the ocean. If all three of us were stranded on an island, what skill do each of us have that would ensure that we are either survive or are rescued? Todd, lead it off. What are you contributing to this threesome of island fun?
Well, I was a Boy Scout way back when.
So we don't even.
And that was like
need
my
us.
Yeah.
That was like my favorite. The favorite part I ever did of the Boy Scouts was doing the wilderness survival crap, because like when you were 12 or 13 years old, it's like cool. They push you out of an airplane, if you
right?
do this. No, we weren't that bad. But my favorite story was when I went to camp one year, and they took you out in the middle of nowhere, and they go, here you go. Oh. And of course, they didn't tell us that like one of the worst storms in the history of mankind was coming through that night. And we were like literally like, I don't know, teenagers in the middle of the woods in like torrential rain.
Like, is this Vietnam? What the hell?
You guys parachuted out of the helicopter to get there.
And it was awesome. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could build a fire.
Yeah, you could build a fire. Seems like you could probably tie knots. I think Boy Scouts can tie knots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a pastor.
Like a pastor?
They tie the knot. Is that just how you get married? I don't think they literally tie knots up there.
I thought you were talking about like a wedding officiator or whatever.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so your joke completely sucked.
It did, I regret that.
You used the wrong name. Yeah, so hopefully we're not looking for sources of comedy on this island because Michael will not be providing that.
Oh yeah, I'll be the
So what are you guys good for?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good for lobsters. Like I'm gonna go catch a bunch of lobsters, bring them onto the shore, name them and not eat them. Actually, just befriend them.
Name them. Oh,
yeah, I'm great at befriending lobsters. So
yeah, I would want to be like the chef. I feel like if you're stranded on an island, I'm gonna want to eat some good food.
Well, you don't need a chef. Like you're limited on your ingredients. It's like, oh, I'm a chef, but here's some mushed up carrots. I'm like, where did you find these carrots? You're not a chef.
And no lobster.
Right.
I don't know. Where'd you get this oregano from?
Yeah.
How many recipes do you have for coconut?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll make some MCT oil out of it. We'll be having keto coffee for breakfast.
And diarrhea for dinner. So
diarrhea for dinner. Yep. Goodness.
It just runs right through you.
So Brad is making friends with lobsters.
Yes.
Todd is starting fires, and I am making very bland food.
So I'm over here just hanging out with lobsters, and you're just at night. You're just slowly picking them off and taking them to your camp.
Yeah,
and murdering them. And
I'm murdering them, and Todd and I are eating them, and you're just.
So this quickly devolves into Survivor /
yeah.
Lord of the
So
Flies
this has got to the point where we end up murdering each other probably because we form a lot of vendettas. I wake up in the middle of the night and I see Michael taking my lobsters. I have fashioned some sort of shiv out of, I guess, coconut leaves. Coconut leaves?
Coconut, yeah, just a leaf.
Yes, those are so sharp. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't see us surviving. I think hopefully all three of us are never put on an island together. So
yeah, because that would not be great.
Yeah,
based off that conversation.
Yeah, based off what just transpired, we would not do great.
Well, this is a question on the topic of food, lobsters. You know, we've got maybe not food, but pets. This one comes in from @thatpickmcrae.
Shout out.
Shout out. He wants to know who framed Roger Rabbit.
Ooh.
Who did frame Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Who did that?
Oh God, I'm trying to remember the movie.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, and I was about to say it's even more suspenseful for me because I've never seen the movie.
Yeah, we have no way to verify.
You guys, oh my gosh!
You could say George Clooney.
So you guys are like, how much older? Okay, so now I'm like feeling I'm feeling my age because like, oh gosh, if you guys
don't look it though,
seen it,
you look gorgeous.
Gosh. Oh dude, don't even. Who framed Roger Rabbit? I mean, they made it look like the wife. That was the thing. Like it was the Jessica Rabbit. They tried to make it look like that. But
yeah, she did come from that movie.
Spoilers.
So it's
I can't do that. I'm not gonna. No.
The internet doesn't.
I guess that is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not a huge one.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those big red herring kind of things.
So I have the answer here.
So he's gonna spoil it. He's
a spoiler.
The spoiler.
Spoil the milk.
It says Christopher Lloyd portrayed Judge Doom.
Clearly there's people who've not seen this movie.
It's probably just Brad and me. We're probably the only two people, realistically.
You could throw a rock and that whoever it hits has seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. That answer is
except in your places.
Yes. So,
which, by the way, Michael, what's going on behind you? There's like
a lot.
I don't know what's going on behind you.
Are there entities outside your window?
Oh, is there like things moving?
Okay, see, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Oh, no, are you what's
going on back there? Are you filming aliens outside my? Yeah, I don't know. I actually was looking at that, window. And I'm like, there should be nothing out there.
Yeah.
So I'm a little concerned for my life right now.
I feel like I'm watching Paranormal Activity right now.
This is gonna turn into one of those. What was the one that was recent? No, what was it called? The one with
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
That was a Paranormal Activity movie, right?
I think it was.
All these recent, the found footage ones, but they're all web jams now.
Yeah. Oh,
Podcast host murdered in his own home.
Yo, so many views.
Yeah, that would be great.
Sacrifice yourself for the views.
Actually, that would not be great for the brand because then the show would be over.
Yeah, because I can't record anything over
Brad
here.
had a good replacement and just keep rolling.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm
right. Well, who's
replaceable.
who's gonna end this recording if you die? It's just gonna continue going. I'm gonna
you and
see
Todd on here
everything.
forever.
Oh crap!
This is your new life now.
Whoever kills you is your replacement.
Right.
That's the rule, right?
It's like the Santa Claus.
Yeah, they just assume my.
They have to
black
put
t-shirt.
on your.
Oh goodness.
Well, that went. How did I don't know how I got there?
Yeah, I got there though.
Yeah, I'm about
It's because there's something seriously going on behind you.
Well, whoever's out there,
See, look,
don't
probably
kill
right
Michael.
around it.
there it is. See, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's just
Oh my.
creepy.
Yo, check out the YouTube. Check
check out the
me
YouTube
getting
to see
murdered.
some paranormal activity. Check out me getting murdered.
Yeah, you need to say this to these paranormal groups. The ones that they go through every ounce of footage and try to spot things.
Someone tell me what that is based off its shape.
Yeah. we'll post it on Reddit. Reddit knows everything. So
They do, yeah. They're very talented.
So speaking of things that can kill you, not paranormal activity, but fast food.
Ooh.
So
Murderous.
build us your perfect fast food meal with 2 entrees, 1 side, and 1 dessert.
Ooh.
Okay, I took this 2 ways because I initially was going with the idea that you guys kind of planted, which was you could pick where you wanted.
Yes. So pretty much anywhere.
But knowing that you guys know what I'm going to go with,
Oh, we do.
you can build the ultimate every time you go, which is cookout.
Yes.
yes.
Oh, yes. Good old cookout.
I mean, you can build that is like the bomb place to pick because, and I was talking to a coworker today. I'm like going like, what would you pick? And everybody's is different. Everybody's is like off the wall, crazy different. And my friend goes, do you know somebody who does the whole like pick 3 chicken nugget things kind of as their everything, like the entree and the sides?
Yeah, I've done that with quesadillas a lot.
Yeah, you get like 5 quesadillas.
Yeah, it's like
see, and that's mine. If I go there, it's maybe like a chicken sandwich and 2 quesadillas and a shake.
Oh, nice.
That would be my cookout. Yeah. Like that's the thing. Now, if I was going off the menu with a hodgepodge pick from anywhere kind of place, it would probably be somewhere that has really good like
Lobster.
Boneless wings, like maybe like a Zaxby's.
Oh, okay.
Someplace where you get something like with some sauce and whatever, so you get really good solid chicken. And then nothing beats a Taco Bell 5-layer.
Ooh,
oh yes,
a Taco layer 5-layer. With nothing's ever going to beat McDonald's fries, and then probably a Frosty.
Yes.
Oh,
you gotta
Todd,
have that Frosty.
I like the way
in
you
there.
think. I like the way Todd
so
thinks.
that's like if you're going with that, the hodgepodge of. But like I said, I think you can almost get this exact same results at Cookout.
Yeah.
No. What do you?
Wow.
You seemed pretty turned on with that Frosty. Is that?
I was. Yeah. So the reason I was so turned on is you actually hit a couple of the things I was going to say as well. So I've got on mine, and one of these is a throwback. It's no longer a current item, but this is Fantasyland. I'm living out my fantasy. I'm getting a Wendy's spicy Baconator. I don't know if y'all ever tried. It was like 10 years ago when they had it. But they haven't brought it back, and I have no idea why, because it was so good.
Well, you have to bring it back. This will go viral, and then Wendy's, it'll get tweeted at Wendy's, and then they'll
bring it back for a good one.
Bring it back.
Bring back the spicy Baconator.
Yes, very very straight to the point. Hashtag
follow the forehead. Hashtag spicy Baconators. But yeah, I had that, and then I had the Taco Bell beefy 5-layer. Like that's just the move.
It's so
at
beefy.
Taco Bell. But I get the sour cream off. I'm not a sour cream guy.
So you only go 4 layers.
Yeah, so it's like very weird. I get the
you remove a layer.
You ruined it.
Nah.
If I could only get sour cream in that, I would.
Ew. Just sour
Actually, my throwback, if I could get one that that they don't do. Now I think you can recreate it and make them do it. They're pretty good at Taco Bell. Is the volcano burrito.
Ooh, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little spices. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that thing.
Man. Yeah, so I've got spicy Baconator, beefy 5-layer, similar to Todd. You said McDonald's fries. I'm going to Arby's fries. I love a good curl.
Oh, yes, they get me hard.
Who doesn't love a nice curl? Would you say? Did you say they baked them with a curling iron?
Yeah, just keep rolling.
No,
Let's just keep moving forward.
I feel like you said something.
We don't
about
want
something else, not related to food. All right, and then the last thing I got here for my dessert. Todd, I went Wendy's Frosty too. You just can't beat it. A good old chocolate Wendy's Frosty. It's delicious.
I wonder how that is with dipping the curly fries in it.
Oh, I bet Arby's fries plus that would be delicious. Even though they got like a lot of spices.
That's a hard play. That's a hard play though. That's like almost like dipping a chip.
It's so wiggly. Instead of that,
so wiggly.
just dip your 4-layer burrito in there. That'll be your 5th layer.
I just get the Wendy's chili and I dump it in with the Frosty and I mix it all up. Oh, gosh. And I pour sour cream on top like it's whipped cream.
Take some antacids while you're at it with all that.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, and a fish fillet on the side.
That sounds pretty good. Both of yours sound delicious.
Yeah. Top that, Brad. What you got?
So I'm gonna top that with the Popeyes chicken sandwich. That's gonna be my first entree.
I've still never had it.
I was
me either.
Really? Oh yeah. I thought about it when I was making my list, but I was like, I've never had it, so that's cheating.
I was late to the party, but whenever I'd showed up, I overindulged. There was like a week and a half where I ate one every day, and it was
disturbing.
Like everyone remembers the chicken sandwich war of, what was it, 2019?
Yeah.
Where that
versus ChickfilA.
Yeah, and I love ChickfilA, but I've got to give it to Popeyes. That sandwich is delicious.
Yeah.
My next entree is going to be 12 nuggets from ChickfilA.
12 nuggets from ChickfilA.
Yeah.
Are you getting grilled?
Oh, no. What do you think this is? Why is that an option?
Healthy.
Yeah. No, their nuggets blow all the nuggets out of the water. What else do I have? A side? Yes, I have a side.
Yeah, give us a side. Was the kale salad from Chick-fil-A?
Yes. Now I'm gonna double up on the Chick-fil-A and get the waffle fries in there.
I've
got to do that, and I'm gonna round it out with a cookout cookies and cream shake. Shout out to the drink though. If I could pick any drink, it would be Baja Blast. It has to be Baja Blast from Taco Bell.
Yes.
Shout out.
Oh.
I don't care what drink it is. Like if they've got one of the that's why I love Zaxby's, because they have the machine.
Yeah. Yes.
It's got like 812 flavors in it.
Pick your poison. Oh.
Yeah, you get a new drink every time.
Yeah, just sit there and it's like, I want to try. I don't care what combination. I'm going to go for that. So, yeah, that's what I would want.
Yeah, those are fun. I saw you. So Todd made a face when you said the Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
Those waffle cut is like the worst.
Ooh,
like they're just all in general. Period. The worst cut of fry. Period.
Ooh, this is a controversial statement. Not that to me, because I'm not a fry guy.
I don't think so. And Curly's like right behind it.
All right. So yeah. My goodness, we're gonna have to put this.
I'll eat a curly fry, but
but not a waffle fry.
There you go. Yeah,
won't catch you dead with a waffle fry.
I've yet to have Chick-fil-A. You'd think they're the masters of it, but they're the most bland. I mean, it's not even really the cut; it's just they're bland. Yeah. They don't season them particularly well. They're okay, but they're just. But then anywhere else you get them, they're usually just. It's a terrible cut of fry.
How dare you?
Hey, I don't blame you. Well, yeah, we'll have to see what.
Plain words.
Yeah, exactly.
The Todd squad will be on my side, so.
I don't know. Actually, they often are, but
they'll turn their back on Todd.
Yeah. Goodness.
Oh no.
But we got a nice classic. Would you rather here? Would you rather? Would you rather have a stranger tell you what to eat, or when you can eat? That's a tough one.
Definitely when, not what. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll eat any old time of the day. I mean, but I don't want to. I don't know. Hey, here's a can of worms, or
Here's a can of worms.
out of nowhere.
Really opening up a can of worms there.
No, just, if somebody comes crashing through the door at 4 a.m. and goes, eat whatever you want to eat,
Kool-Aid man.
that's cool. I can deal with that. But if they're coming in at 4 a.m. and going, here's a can of worms, and you're eating meat.
Imagine during quarantine times that you're waiting for somebody to show up and tell you when you can eat. You're just like, somebody please show up. It's been 18 days.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. You'd be not alive at that point.
Yeah, a big
I've always been interested in like fasting and stuff, so I feel like the when you can eat is. But I mean, like, there's got to be a limit. Like, you can't go longer than 24 hours without a meal.
Okay, yeah, you can't be like death.
Yeah, you can't be death.
You can't be death.
Oh,
you know what they say.
If those are the parameters, yeah, definitely, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to be told what to eat.
Yeah.
That could get really messed up really
like-
quick.
It could go some. Eat my.
You're giving that much power to somebody that's like, no thanks.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because like one of my favorite things to do was like, I don't know if you have like a witch where you're at, but like you go in and like one of my favorite things is like go with a buddy and be like, we'd each make each other a sandwich, like the nastiest combo you could do. Definitely recommend doing that.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, how many times would somebody goes like, hey, just pick me up something, and you're just going like, okay, well, I'm gonna make,
All right.
like what I like, or yeah, here you go, and then they go like, you eat this, like this is what you think is edible.
yeah, people
I can't even imagine. Like that's
people in their food. Like I bring people waffle fries, and they're just like, I don't like. You eat
They
this?
slap him onto the floor. Classic Todd move.
Just
Uppercuts you into out the stratosphere.
oh.
Yeah,
Todd's got some strength.
He's a very, very violent man.
He seems like a very nice guy.
He's so nice. I don't think he would uppercut you at all.
He was
actually just the waffle fries,
just over waffle fries.
just over. Nah.
Yeah, I think I'm with both of you. It'd be nice to be forced to fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
forced fasting.
Yeah, forced. Yeah.
The old FF, as they call it.
Well, we're about to FF this question here. Rank these: swarm of bees,
Oh boy.
trapezoids, javelin.
So a swarm of
Rank them.
bees, trapezoids, and a javelin. 3 random items. How would you rank those?
Ranking.
Yes.
Best to last. Best to worst.
Worst to last.
All right, best javelin,
Oh yeah.
trapezoid, because I have no idea where that even fits in the mix is 2, and swarm of bees is never generally good in any circumstance, so we're gonna put that at the bottom.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
Actually, I have bees at the top of my list. I
No
have the
way.
swarm of bees. Yeah.
That's incredible. I side with Todd all day. That's end of the line.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you've got, there's a difference between swarm of bees and like you have a beehive.
Yeah.
Like beehive's okay. They're all in the beehive. But
these bees are
swarm,
swarming.
that never sounds good.
Yeah.
never.
Nope, no thanks.
No, they're just
Nope.
showing up. They're trying to pollinate. They're trying to get that nectar. They knock on your door. We're gonna pollinate.
Hey, we're here to pollinate.
All I can think of when you say swarm of bees is if you did you guys ever see the old Spider-Man show?
No.
This is how old. I am older than you guys.
How dare
there
you?
was a character called Swarm, which was just a guy of bees.
Yeah.
Oh,
And for any kid who was that age who saw that way back when, it was like horrifying.
that sounds
Yeah,
terrible.
So you're like, no,
That's
swarm
like
of
on
bees, not good.
Was it Rick and Morty? They had what, the pile of ants guy?
Oh
you see
no,
that?
it was
I forget.
It's in my eyes.
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Into my eyes, Johnson.
Sounds into my eyes, Johnson.
Yeah. No, yeah. See, I think swarm of bees, javelin, trapezoids. Trapezoids are my least favorite parallelogram, I think.
Dude, trapezoids are number one.
They remind me of trapeze, and trapeze artists I feel like are creepy.
It's got nothing to do with trapeze.
Well, the shape of them is kind of like
that's a reach right there.
I don't know, man.
that
you
was
have
a
to
reach.
you have to justify it somehow.
Yeah. Trapezoids are the bomb, number one. Javelin, whatever. And then swarm of bees, just no.
Okay, so you hate pollination and you hate bees.
That's
Cool.
what I said.
All right, so everyone out there, Michael hates bees.
Now you have the explanation for where all the bees are going.
Yes.
Yeah, hashtag save the bees. Michael says no.
I says hashtag follow the forehead. That's the only hashtag I'll promote. I got you, Todd.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
maybe,
yeah. We're going to round it out with a nice... round it out with a nice...
upset everybody.
We're going to choose your roommate here. So, yeah. This is a interesting one. We've got Shrek or Bruce Willis.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's tougher than you think it would be at first glance.
That's a Sophie's choice right there.
It is.
Yeah.
Schrodinger's roommate. Does that work? Is that how you use it?
Nope.
Man, that's like...
Not at all, Brad.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll go... as
Willis.
much of a weirdo and as creepy as he's come off in certain cases, I'm going with Bruce Willis.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, Bruce Willis from which movie? Are you John McClane? Or is this...
I don't know. I mean, like, it's so hard because you see this stuff with him and Kevin Smith, and you're like going, he sounds like such a D-bag sometimes.
He does
But then you see this stuff where, like, he gets along with Demi Moore, and the families are, like, doing all their crap together, and he seems really cool and that kind of stuff. So it's like...
Yeah.
He'd be... I would want to hang out with him just to talk about Die Hard 50 Ways of Sunday, you know? Like...
And guess what? He follows the forehead. He's bald.
Oh. Yeah.
He's there with us.
He's in the club.
Yeah. But
The non-hair club for men.
Ooh. I'll be there. Actually, I think Shrek is there as well. Shrek is bald. So he's in there as well. So I'm going to roll with Shrek. Not really. No. I'm going with Bruce Willis.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I was going to start with Shrek, but then Bruce Willis. I like Bruce Willis a little more, I think.
Yeah.
The Expendables. I want Expendables Bruce Willis.
B. Willie.
Yeah.
I'm going...
Free Willy.
Free Willie.
I'm going with Free Willy as my roommate.
Yeah, screw it. Screw
Killer
those
whale.
options. I'm getting the Killer Whale. Free Willy 3. Anyways, I'm going with Shrek.
You're going to live in the swamp? What are you doing in my swamp?
He's in my...
Oh,
he's
I
my
didn't know if
roommate.
you were-
I'm not
Oh,
going
okay.
over to his spot. Screw that. But yeah, he's a peaceful guy, you know, and he's like kind of lonely, so he needs a buddy.
He has Donkey.
Like, he's got
Donkey.
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 Yeah, Eddie Murphy hanging out with me. He seems
You
like
don't get Eddie Murphy. You get Donkey.
Darn it. He's kind-hearted though. I mean, he eats onions. So that's a little weird.
No.
But like, I can like
Todd balls.
if he steals onions, like, and that's the only food he's stealing from me, that's fine. Onions are fairly cheap.
Or you could just not buy them and he won't steal them.
Yeah. Excuse me?
You heard me.
How do you not buy onions? You need onions and garlic. You need that flavor. Once again, I'm the chef on this island.
Oh, yeah.
So.
The chef that's cooking up. Cooking up violis.
You go pet lobsters or something.
Yeah.
And you have to go with his menu with, what was it, like eyeballs and all that weird stuff.
Yeah, he's like eating like earworms and stuff. Like,
Earworms.
Yeah, earworms. Well, that's earworms are pretty odd, and I think it's time to move on to our next segment.
That's odd, Todd.
Maybe. Yes, the amount of time it took between me queuing up the drop and the drop actually executing was pretty odd, and the length of this explanation. So, Todd, it's time for the 2 truths and 1 lie. Michael, no more words.
Oh, yeesh. Wow.
Yeah, I was in the zone.
So I thought I'd go old school with a lot of stuff that happened when I was a kid, which made me, when I was thinking about it, and I've always talked about this with people, like how different it was back then, that I can't believe I'm alive with some of the stuff that happened.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you a couple of the stories. The first one is the oldest one is where you probably can't see because the glare is pretty bad, but I have this little indention in the top of my head. I was 4 years old. I grew up in Western Pennsylvania where we get really bad snowstorms, and my mother me up, toboggan, hoods, everything, go out to play. Storm door opens and this icicle drops down and just like right at the top of my head, like right here. And I go out, play a little bit. My head's hurting. I go back in. I go on my head. She's like, you're fine. You're cool. Go play. Sends me out. I go across the neighbor's house and I go in to go in, pull everything off, and there's just blood all over because
my goodness.
They take me to the hospital and they're like, dude, it's you're like probably centimeters from dying or being probably like a vegetable. So yeah, there's still a scar there.
Whoa.
Well, thank goodness that was the lie.
I was trying to think of my other scar stories. Because I got crazy. Well, I'll tell you the other one that was around the same time. It was probably about a year later, about 5, same neighborhood. And in the summer, we lived right down from a river where the kids would all go down and we'd hang out down there. We'd go play. And it was in the middle of summer, and these guys were sitting there, and they'd clearly been camped out. And they're telling us the story that they tracked a Bigfoot to this spot, and that across the river there was an industrial tunnel for a factory across the way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, our buddy got taken across, and they show us all this stuff, and there's a broken oar from the canoe they got, like a cooking pan from a campfire, camp kit that's got a dent in it. And they go, yeah, we fought them off. And we're like, we're 5, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God. And we go, we're to tell. And my dad was at work, and he comes, and we're to tell, we're going to come back. About an hour later, I get my dad, the couple of us get our parents, we come back, and of course they're gone. And so we look like we're crazy.
Yeah.
We look absolute crazy. So,
wow.
And so I've had this Bigfoot stay. So for the longest time, I was like, oh, Bigfoot must be real.
I mean, he is.
And then when I was 10, I was hanging from monkey bars, and I fell down and somehow bit hard enough through my tongue where there's a split in my tongue. I almost bit all the way through my tongue.
Almost bit all
and it was so bad that I didn't. Most people don't know this, and I don't know if maybe it's gotten better, but at the time they can't put anything inches in my tongue, and I like scream. So
that makes me sad.
Wow. That was intense. So one of those is a lie.
Sort of.
Okay. All right.
So all of them are true.
Oh, Brad, what do you think?
I mean, I could see him getting hit with an icicle. Seems as people do that. Bigfoot is real, so I think that one is true.
Yeah.
I don't know if he. I feel like the lie is that he didn't bite halfway through his tongue. He bit all of his tongue off.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, so I did monkey bars when I was a kid. So I fell off monkey bars. So I believe that one. But so I'm going to go with, I think the indentation on the head is from the storm door icicle. That's what I believe the lie is. So I'm going with that. Brad's going with the monkey bar tongue chopped in half almost.
Oh, dang, it's going to be Bigfoot.
Yeah, which one's the lie, Todd?
The only real lie was that I wasn't 10 when I fell from the monkey bars.
Oh, this guy.
You son of a gun. How old were you?
I was actually one of my oldest memories. I was like, yeah, it happened last year. That was actually one of my oldest memories. I was like 3 years old. I was one of my oldest memories. One of the first things I ever, wouldn't remember basically having like crazy surgery done on your tongue.
That makes me.
And yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
Wow.
But it happened when I was 3.
Yeah, that makes sense too, because 10 years old, if you fell from monkey bars, you probably won't do that much damage. Yeah. But it was like mine. I was in kindergarten, and like this girl went on before me, and she went through, and she's like, "Oh, Michael, they're really slippery. Be careful." And I was like, Psh, "I got this." Yeah, and I fell and broke my arm, like right there. And it was like 5 minutes in. That was just me, just being the ladies' man I am. And being as
used
smooth
to-
as I normally am.
We used to walk on top of the monkey bars. I
Oh,
remember
yes.
doing that. Yeah, I remember. What was wrong with us?
Yo,
How are
I
we
would
not
never
dead?
do that today.
And
No,
it's
I would
for-
never do that.
Well, and like that's what I was telling folks. I'm like going, I got all these stories from when I was like teen and younger, where I'm like, how did I live? How did I even survive
How am
to
I
get
still
to
here?
this old? Because like I got 3 kids, and I'm like, I can't even imagine them doing even a quarter of what I did.
Right.
Like, I like all the injuries I've got. I'm like, none of them have anything even remotely close. And it's not like that we like overprotected them that much, but it wasn't like they could get away with anything that I ever did.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well-
that is crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Growing up.
Brad, you won for once.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So it seems like you went through some weird things as a child, and hopefully you've gotten a little wiser over your years.
I was like, I got scars everywhere, man.
The scars remind us that the past is real.
Yeah, maybe those scars come with a little bit of wisdom.
In Todd, we trust.
Brad, I know you were queuing up that drop a little earlier, but I couldn't find the button.
Typical Michael move. Yeah. So, what is this
Excuse
segment
me?
called? What is this segment called again?
In Todd
completely-
we trust.
Oh, so I think we want to trust you. And do you have some advice that you want to drop on Michael, myself, and the Todd Squad?
Yeah, and we never asked you that in Once Upon a Todd, but yeah, what is the most important thing you've learned
Ooh,
from life or in your life?
There's so many trite things you can say, but the biggest one to me, and what I've tried to like do with my kids in particular, and just that actions speak louder than words, because you can say what you want, you can, action. Words can always fail you, but actions, gestures, things you do don't fail. I mean, it's easy. You learn from somebody what they do versus their words any day of the week. And because somebody can say they're sorry, but that doesn't mean they're sorry. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And that's the one thing I try to impart on my kids more than anything else. And then just the way I try to be is that, your actions are those measure a lot more than, say you shouldn't say things. You got to say things, but but those can almost always fail you.
Yeah, I mean that's so true. Like talk is cheap. Like a lot of people just talk, but they never do anything that actually backs up like what they're saying. You can say I'm this great person and all this other stuff, but until you actually like show it and do it, I mean actions. I mean you hear that ever since you're young, but it's so true, and it's very timeless and good wisdom. So I dig that.
Yeah, I'm with both of you. I think that's great wording. Yeah. Great wording.
Yeah, put your words in the trash and do actions. Like I know one action I like doing, Brad.
Is it giving a nod?
It's giving a nod.
Nod it up.
It's time to give a nod to Todd.
Yes, indeed it is. The kids are cheering for it. Hopefully those kids aren't falling off monkey bars and biting their tongues off. Getting stabbed in the head with icicles. That is tragic, and I feel like we should have touched on
the
that
one story I left out. I'll tell you this one real quick.
Yeah.
I left this one out because I tell this one and people go, "Oh, that explains everything." And I thought about putting this one in, but it almost
origin story.
When I was still, it is an origin story. When I was a newborn, then this is how old this is how old I am. But the first time my extended family was meeting my parents where I was still a newborn, my mother comes off the airplane and drops me in front of everybody on the tarmac.
Oh, no.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, no joke. So
Oh.
Yeah, here
I left that one out because I was
babies.
like, yeah. So they go, and anytime I tell anybody, that explains everything.
My goodness.
Yeah, man. Well, you've went through a lot. Let's put it that way. So I hope you're living a very comfortable, safe life these days. Avoiding icicles. Yeah, you're in North Carolina now, so icicles they're pretty far and few between.
Yes.
Monkey bars, just stay away from playgrounds. That's not advice.
That's great advice, man.
Just anyways, but thanks so much for coming on the show, Todd. People can find you at Todd Lyden on Instagram. Check him out on Anchor. He's got a Toddcast, arguably much better than ours.
Yes.
So if you love movies, TV shows, you want a quick 5-minute catch, bring me up to speed. I want to learn about this movie with no spoilers, of course.
Yes, get that quickie in.
Check out the Toddcast, featuring Todd Lyden. On Anchor FM. Any other places that you want them to find you or follow you?
I always tell folks when I'm doing workout, when I'm working out stuff and doing things anywhere, I'm like, if you just Google Todd Lyden, like I said, you might find that other guy, but but odds are I'm the one that's popping up top, and it's usually Instagram and
awesome.
You got the website.
I got a website that's like I update it like once a year practically, but like I said, because there's everything else is it's easier. So
well, check out his website too, I guess.
Everyone out there, don't forget to follow the forehead.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Oh yeah, you hashtag follow the forehead.
Follow that forehead.
And while you're following the forehead, go ahead and follow the Toddcast on social media accounts at the Toddcast Pod. That's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and also the Toddcast Podcast on Facebook.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe and like us on YouTube. You can see Todd's amazing forehead and face, and
it's a great forehead
and headphones and headset. He's just rocking all the gear. He's in a
wearing
cube
a shirt.
as well. He's in a shirt. He's got facial hair. He's got glasses on. I don't know.
Two eyes.
2 nostrils.
Somebody asked me to describe myself. I said I'm reflective now.
I reflect. Yeah, but last but not least, go ahead and subscribe, rate, and review the podcast, or the Toddcast. That's what we're called. Rate both Toddcasts while you're at it.
Rate us up. Give
on whichever platform you use and listen podcasts. 5 stars is preferable.
It's the only thing you can do these days. I don't
think the 1 through 4 I think gives your phone a virus if you click that. So I wouldn't do that. I would probably just go ahead and click 5. We really appreciate that though. Go ahead and give Todd's podcast a 5-star review as well. With that, I'm Michael.
Oh, I'm Brad.
I'm Todd.
Yes,
He's Todd.
Follow the forehead.
Yo, hashtag follow that forehead, everybody.